Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
We're checking out the sweeter side of Meattoberfest at Arby's today, and this tasty looking new Cinemuffin they've got going sure looks right up my alley. And hey, it sure does smell pretty tasty too, so let's take a look at it. The Cinemuffin from Arby's, part of the Meattoberfest celebration they've got going on over here, and very appropriately what this is are Danish dough bites topped off with a cream cheese icing and plenty of gooey cinnamon, as you guys can see in there. It's definitely served warm, and it looks really tasty. Now I have this peeled back from the paper, as you can tell. It's served in the inside of this container to keep that warmth in action for you. But don't let the size fool you in what you're looking at here, guys. Compared to my hand, this thing is extremely tiny. So for $2.69, it looks like I have barely maybe 6 pieces to pull apart here. Again, it does look pretty tasty, but the size is really small. Let's see if the flavor delivers on it though. It's the all-new Cinemuffin, part of the Meattoberfest celebration here at Arby's. Let's peep out this flavor.
Well, it sure does smell pretty great and it looks pretty awesome, especially on the advertisement, but admittedly a lot larger looking on the advertisement. This really does look pretty small, guys, in my hands right now, especially on top of the lid. This is very tiny. But hey, it is what it is. So before we get into this one, and like always, if you guys are fans of high quality, delicious looking food reviews, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and don't forget to tap the bell icon so you can be notified as soon as new content drops every week. All right, let me pull a little piece off of this. Again, lots of gooey cinnamon action right here. Let's give it a shot. It's the Cinemuffin, part of Meattoberfest here at Arby's. Not bad. Well, that first Danish dough bite had a little bit of light sourness to it, so if you're thinking this is going to be something like from, say, Cinnabon, it's a little bit different than that, but the softness is there and the gooiness is definitely there from that cinnamon. Let me bring in here for a close-up. They definitely don't skimp on the amount of that cinnamon goodness on the inside, and with that mixture of the cream cheese icing on the top, I have to admit it is definitely a decadent sweet treat the way they advertise it, even if it's a little on the small side, but I am loving the softness of the Danish dough itself. It's actually very tasty. And again, that's aside from the Danish dough bites themselves being a little on the small side overall with everything together. Let's keep going. Tasty. I'm definitely a fan of cinnamon, so this is absolutely scratching the itch right now. And the fact that you're getting a decent amount of it on the inside really is a plus right there. Cream cheese icing is kind of take it or leave it with me. I do like having a decent amount as well. And the fact that it doesn't really overpower the flavor of the cinnamon is a big plus. I mean, sometimes I find if I do have a cinnamon roll, sometimes they're more heavy-handed on the actual cream cheese icing as opposed to the cinnamon and vice versa, so the mix is unbalanced. But this is actually a pretty balanced mix, and it's decent, guys, it is. Again, just a little on the small side for the price, but overall, a pretty tasty sweet treat still. Alright, so let's 360 this one around the lid for you, and as you can see, a fairly decent amount of those Danish dough bites packed together pretty tightly, and when it comes to the height, it definitely delivers, but the width, however, is a little on the small side. Given the perspective on your screen right now, it probably looks a lot bigger than it actually is. But as you can see on the inside here, plenty of that cinnamon goodness. We've got the cream cheese icing on the top as well. But hey, if you're into cinnamon or even cinnamon rolls, even in the slightest, this should definitely scratch that itch for sure, so definitely give this one a shot. But hey, aside from all that, and if you ask me, this one should be at least $2 cheaper than what it's going for right now. I mean, close to $3 for something a little bit smaller than the palm of my hand is a little expensive for what that was. The taste is solid, don't get me wrong, but when you get closer to the $3 range, you can't help but say to yourself, for $1 or so more, I can get a full-size cinnamon roll that would be a lot larger and pretty much the same type of flavor. So with that said, I'm going to have to give the Cinemuffin here at Arby's as part of Meattoberfest just an okay 7 out of 10. Come on, Arby's, add just a few more of those Danish dough bites to this one to really round it out and to really beef it up just a bit, because the flavor delivers on it. It just needs to be more full-featured, especially for that price point. Now the question is, regardless of the price point, are you going to give this one a shot? Drop those comments down below. Are you a fan of cinnamon rolls in general? And if you are you definitely going to be giving this one a go over here at Arby's? Drop those comments down below and definitely let me know. And with that, this is Ian K closing out another episode of Peep This Out, bringing you brand new content every single week here on my channel. So why you stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. I like what you're working with here, Arby's, but let's get this one to be about the size of the lid that it's sitting on currently right now. Then we'll really be onto something. All right, guys, until next time, I'll talk to you soon.
But hey, real quick before you go, and just in case you haven't already, take a look at the last review that I put out right up over here, along with what I think YouTube's going to recommend for you to check out as well. As always, I think you'll find something to like in both of them, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one. See ya.